Howdy, I'm James Irwin. I got 4th at the Open Regionals at Richmond. So my leader, if you haven't guessed it, is Broly.
I love it, bro.
If you don't know what Broly does, well, this is what it does. You can read it right here. When it attacks on the front side, choose one card in your life, draw one basically, and draw one. So basically, it gets you to self-awaken. And of course, being an untapped 2 leader gives you all that tempo. So your whole thing here is just to go ahead and set up for that tempo turn with the awaken, and just go ahead and punish your opponent as much as possible. Because on the backside, you got this bad boy over here that basically they thought it was good enough to give leaders 2 effects, but they gave him 3.
Yeah, that's insane.
So when his attacks, draw a card. Once per turn, just rest one of their cards, no restriction. Except if they have barrier, then that just feels bad. And then lastly, why he's broke, just take 1 card from life, untap anything. Untap energy, untap Hide Masteries, untap your leader for more card draw. You know, because sometimes you just want to untap your leader.
Bro. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But to get into the beautiful deck list here. Nice playmat here. We're going to start off with the lineage engine. So we got 4 successor, 3 Grandpa Gohan.
Are you looking at 3? You think 3 is too much, or
I feel like
perfect?
3 is perfect because when I go in sideboarding against more aggro matchups, I will actually go ahead and side one of these out, as well as I will side out one of these, the 2-drop, of course. And then here's the bread and butter card of this deck. Path to Greatness, right into HOM. And then the random SPR just to tilt people. And then lastly, the SCR, of course.
Big Daddy.
Yeah, basically that's it. That's basically the lineage engine. Main thing here, the biggest mistake I made was making this 3 cost, because we're going to get over to the reason why.
This guy snapped right before the ban list. He has to enjoy it. One last time, let me see it.
Sometimes you just got to play 1 Jaco and 3 Big Daddy Shugesh.
This guy right here changed the whole game from 1 Shugesh to say, why just 1 Shugesh and not 1 Jaco?
So especially in a game match setting, game 1 is actually really important for setting the tempo. So if you can just go ahead and tilt your opponent out game 1 with a bunch of Shugesh, there you go. And to help tilt them out, here's some Explosive Spirits. You know, go ahead, swing. I've actually won all my HOM mirrors just because they didn't pay the Shugesh tax.
No one plays Cronoa main deck anymore.
Yeah, nobody plays the main deck. I played against someone in top 16 who didn't have it inside. I played against somebody in top 8 who only had 1 in the sideboard and was always in line. And then top 4, yeah, basically that's the only time that I saw Cronoa actually be sided in.
That's crazy.
So because of the whole shenanigans here, we're going to just go ahead and say goodbye to all that. That's going to change here shortly, unfortunately. And we're going to move over to the card draw engine here with the Roshi Xian. A 4-4 split. The reason why I chose the 4-4 split is because it's just overall you had 8 slots to fill. 4 Guineas, 2 Bricky, 3 Guinea I saw in testing was just too bricky. You didn't want multiple Whis. I don't respect other Shugesh decks enough to mainboard Cronoa. So there's our draw engine. Like literally, I saw a Kid Q player sweat to try to get rid of these. Like literally swung in Cronoa, comboed up 10k, and then I just go ahead and combo a 10k. Just because it's 6k, it's so awkward to swing into. And on top of it, it has barriers, so you just can't pop it with Crisis Crusher or anything.
Exactly.
So basically, it just gets you free negate, free attack. And then of course, mainboard 2 Whis. These were supposed to be Mutaito, but I had a little bit of heartbreak. I couldn't get them in time. So I replaced 2 Whis in my sideboard with 2 Mutaito, or else they would be here. And here's 2 Guinea just to go ahead, help against matchups that aren't really aggressive, and they're not attacking into you, they're not making you use any resources, just to go ahead and fill up the drop. I feel like 2 is completely fine, just because it's just a needed 1 of. Also, if you really want to, you can just swap it with Grandpa Gohan. So you can go 1-2 there. And then time for the signature Broly cards. If you're not playing if you're playing Broly and you're not playing Mirror Double Strike, I'm not sure what you're doing. And apparently, when you play 2 of all of these, basically your opponent's 400% taking that life. So basically, and the fact that it's on attack, so your Broly can restand him. Just this plus 2 of these equals GG.
It is.
So back into the extra cards, we've got 3 Bloodlust. I felt like 2 Bloodlust, especially in a best of 1, in a best of 3 format. Going to game 1, 3 Bloodlust is actually the best thing. I've made green Broly players cry over Bloodlusting to 2 Paragus twice in back-to-back games. And I played against green Broly almost all day yesterday.
That's rough.
You know, you think that's rough. Imagine Bloodlusting Wings for a Slug player, and then Bloodlusting your 4-drop next turn. They just sort of die inside at that point. And then, because I like to live dangerously, I only have 3 negates mainboard, Time Magic. It's the biggest thing against the HOM Mirror. It's the biggest thing against Shenron Gogeta. It's the biggest thing against any threat you really have, because a lot of the times, if I don't have any awakening options, I'm stuck at 5 life. If I'm facing down the barrel of a HOM on turn 4, when I'm at 3 energy, they tap all 3 down. Time and Magic just goes ahead and resolves all my issues. And if not, it gets me to 4, if they have the battering, so I can just 2-guess Explosive. So going into sideboarding, we got Crusher Ball here because didn't get Mutaito, so I have to at least respect some cards with Crusher Ball. It won me a game by resting an Explorer Bulma off a Purunga HOM player. Also, 2 Nimbus for aggro matchups, because in aggro matchups, I will start being the control player. That's why this leader is so viable. It's because you just change on the fly. But speaking about control options, let's go ahead and bring out Awakening plus, overall just punishing any sort of Frieza players. Most of their Frieza cards are 15k. If they're playing Purunga, they probably are Child's Wishing back a Explorer Bulma. This is a nice, clean take 2 out of their deck. I did pay my Chronoa taxes. Now, unfortunately, this card will be worthless in a few weeks, but...
It also got banned on the ban list.
Yeah, just because it's Shugesh. But, I mean, technically it's banned, so you Toa players, you can play it as a 1-of in your sideboard just in case you have that cheeky, lineage player that decided to play it on 4. So besides that, against discard, because discard is literally my worst enemy, Mercenary Tau. Basically, it's just to help prey upon the Frieza matchup, because okay, you're going to have to 1-star ball me at least once this game. I'm going to get 3 cards out of your hand for it, at least. Now for Kid Q, I respected it a little bit, put some Crisis Crushers in. Basically, just once per turn, blink the whole thing. Unfortunately, I lost having 2 of these on board, just because it's like Kid Q sometimes just has it and you don't. But then, of course, I'd put in 1 5-drop Mass Stand just for a board clear in general. Basically, it gets everything you need to. In Kid Q, it warps it, so they hardly can get it back, generally, if they're not playing Aetorade. And then lastly, last Overwhelm. Trunks Power Overseeing Time in case a cheeky Janemba player made it. I don't think Janemba even made top 16 at this event.
Nope, not at all.
Not at all. And this is just a dead card in the sideboard. Honestly, if I were to change anything, these 2 coming out, putting the Whis back in the side, and Mutaito's going in for the main. But yeah, this is a pile of cards. This is the leader. And that's my deck profile.
And once again, who are you?
James Irwin.
And what did you do today?
I got 4th at the Open Regionals.
Nice, man. Congrats. See you at Nats, bro.
Bye.